Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. What is the difference between the old and the new covenant? The old covenant refers to the promise that the Israelites had promised to God. After coming out from Egypt, God brought the Israelites to Sinai. He manifested His glory to them. Then He gave them His law, with the promise of great blessings on condition of obedience. God says, "If ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation." The people did not realize the sinfulness of their own hearts, and that without Christ it was impossible for them to keep God's law, and they readily entered into covenant with God. Feeling that they were able to establish their own righteousness, they declared, "All that the Lord had said will we do, and be obedient." The Old Covenant refers to the Israelites not knowing their conditions of their life. They readily accept the covenant of God, saying that it is them who will keep God's law. But how can fallen man keep the perfect law without the Savior's help? Only after a few weeks they agreed. They broke the covenant with God and bowed down to worship a graven image. By breaking the law, the Israelites could not hope for the favor of God through a covenant which they had broken. And now, seeing their sinfulness and their need of pardon, they were brought to feel their need of a Savior. The new covenant is a covenant where God promised that He Himself will fulfill on behalf of man. Hebrews chapter 8 verse 10. The Bible records, "For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and will write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people." It is God who would do the job this time. By faith and love, the Israelites were bound by the deliverer from the bondage of sin. The requirements of the law had not changed. The perfect law of God would still be required to obey. Only this time, man is not to do it on their own. They have a mediator to do it on their behalf. Jesus, who came down from heaven, has kept the law of God, and now being raised from the dead, had gone up to heaven, has promised that He will help us to go through all temptations and obey the law of God. Dear listeners, do not allow Satan to come and tell us that we have no strength to overcome. For the Bible has promised that we will not be tempted beyond which we can handle. And our mediator has given us the strength for which we can handle. If God be for us, who can stand against us? Whatever the storms Satan throws at us, we can be at peace for the purpose that God has started in us, the good work He will also help us to fulfill. Embrace the power which He has promised and fight the good fight and finish the race. Thank you for listening.